Diddy, and again, I'm not saying that he did. I don't think that anybody, with all of those rumors around Diddy for 3 decades, I don't think that anybody went into that scenario not aware that we're going to use drugs, we're going to fly all over the place, and there's going to be wild sex things happening.
The famous parties people have been talking about for the last 2 decades.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not giving them room because they're adults. I'm not giving you room. You made a decision. Again, I don't believe in coercion.
I think too, man, the last thing I want to say on this, Maj, is that they weren't willing to lose whatever they felt they were getting from this man.
Right.
That's all it comes down to, being a principled person. If somebody come to me with something weird, fire, I'm just not doing it.
That's it.
It is what it is. I told you the situation with YouTube already, right?
Yeah.
And we just have to keep it moving. We take a little loss and keep it moving. So this whole force thing, because it's just that an option was given. Your boss, or the person that quote unquote has control over your career, asks you to do something or is expecting something from you.
Yep.
You don't want to lose that, so you do it. You do have an option. Now, if you were forced and raped, different conversation.
And that's
different conversation.
That's what a gray area is. I have heard none of the charges say forcibly raped. It could be, you better watch her as they do it, which is coercion. And okay, that's not real to me. That's not real. It's like,
you though, we gotta say it's real.
No, bro, it's not real. It's
because this is the thing. I will say this in defense of people is that people built different.
Mm-hmm.
So even I said you have the option. Maybe I'm wrong for saying that, because some people, they just not built fire. They just don't have that stand-up gene within them, or they're not tapped into it, and they're just gonna say, well, you know, I've been singing my whole life. I'm finally here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come be a part of history and experience the sharing of wisdom from some of the most brilliant thought leaders in our community. Come see Muda Baruka, Styles P, Nori Muhammad, Lawrence Haja, Dr. Dorothy Holly, Dejaz Mach Kwasi, Deborah Hines, and Midwife Asasia impart their wisdom at Groundings with My Brothers and Sisters, a holistic health conference. A plant-based breakfast and lunch are included. Looking forward to seeing you there. Oh, this man, I can't get my songs. I'll do it. And
that's called.
It's a decision still.
Yep.
But we got to factor in the complexity of the decision.
No, it's a simple decision.
It's not a simple decision.
It's simple. It may be.
All right, let me say this.
Simple.
It's not simple for all people.
The people that it's not simple for, you accepted what came with that. I want you to be quiet and accept whatever it is now. Let's give a wild example. Let's give a super wild example. Again, Diddy told Cat Williams, who's this big, come on, man, come on, Playboy. Come on, Playboy. And what did Cat Williams say on, the other show? He said, Diddy want a party and you have to tell him no. Cat Williams seems to be making money and doing shows and selling out.
I don't think Cat Williams is a good example, bro. Cat Williams is a genius, and Cat Williams is a different type of dude, bro.
That's a human.
That's what I'm going back to saying. Is just like, it's not the fact of human. It's just a different type of a level of character, a level of principle, a level of faith in yourself, knowing that, hey, if this opportunity, I don't get this opportunity by doing this weird behavior, I'm still going to be able to do something with myself. I don't think people have that confidence, yo.
Cool. You don't. And since you don't, Nicki Minaj said something about, in one of her old interviews, she was like, listen, don't get mad at me, because when Wayne come in here and say, don't talk to me, I'm going to blow this smoke, I'm going to do this, I'm going to study, he's a boss. But when I come in and you got $100 clothes budget and you got pickle juice, and if I accept the pickle juice, I will be drinking pickle juice right now. And that's a choice. If somebody says to me, you better do this. Or what? Or what? What you gonna do? And if you're not that aggressive, to your point, if you're not that aggressive, you can get quiet, you can tap out, you can disappear. You made a choice. The devil don't force you to do anything. The devil presents that whisper. You listened to that lower self and you said, I could get something for doing, not the hard work, not because Diddy didn't get in there. And again, there's the conversation about him and Clive Davis and whatever, right? But Diddy was working his ass off. Uptown Records, this, that, breaking acts, parties. Diddy, that was his trajectory. You didn't want to have to do the work with the internet that he didn't have then. You didn't want to do the work. Listen, I love Lupita Nyong'o. Of course you're going to come out for Harvey Weinstein and say all of these things, but you went on multiple dates with Harvey Weinstein. Be quiet. Do it or don't. So I don't keep quarter for those people that try to justify it later, because to me, they're just like the security guard. The only difference is you're a man. Because allegedly some of the men were assaulted. There is never a time where a man is going to use words on me or the threat of violence to get me to do something sexual with that man. I could not look my lady in the face and be like, he coerced me into giving him a slurp. No, you made a decision. And the benefit, okay, cool. All of the stuff that you got from that decision that you made, give it back. Now that you're telling, now that you're a victim, give it all back. Everything that you got, every movie role, every this, every that, all of the resources that came from it, give it back. Give it back. If it was ill-gotten gains and you've seen the light, give it back. No, you're trying to re-up on the clout run. You got the bag, Cassie. You got the bag. And the feds don't care about a personal, civil agreement. They'll go, cool, that's great. That's good for y'all thing, but this is a criminal trial. And they'll still subpoena Cassie. They don't care. And so, no, all of these people are the same. The federal government was complicit because these rumors were not just, if everybody that's watching this knows about those rumors, which means...
For the longest, bro.
For the longest. Which means y'all were complicit. Again, we gave the example of Jeffrey Epstein. Those rumors were around for decades as well. You guys were complicit in this. And it's the same as the people that got a benefit from it. And I'm not talking about the people that were, let's say if the argument was they were drugged, like unknowingly. Their accountability comes in your situational awareness. Tricky. Not the people that were willingly down. Cassie, you stayed with him for 10 years. That's older than my daughter. No.
That's tricky though, bro. That's a tricky conversation.
Bro, it's not.
It's tricky because it's like a woman in an abusive relationship between the physical abuse and the mental abuse. They're not thinking properly to leave. And where would they go depending on their financial situation?
Anywhere.